Welcome back, everybody. So I have something that I want to read, and some of you might like it, some of you might support it, some of you might not. I'll deal with it when the time comes. But if you don't support what I'm about to say, don't follow me. I might lose subscribers, or might gain subscribers. I don't know. But that's not why I'm doing it. I'm not trying to gain subscribers. I'm just putting my thoughts out there. Guys, if you've ever been sexually abused, harassed, or assaulted, I believe you. Girls can abuse, harass, and assault you just the same as another guy can. Girls, it's never okay for a guy to get mad when you say no to having sex. Guys and girls alike, it's not your fault. Whether you're a guy, girl, straight, gay, trans, it doesn't matter who you are. It's never your fault. And it's never okay for someone to do that. You couldn't have stopped it. It doesn't matter if you were drunk or if you were sober. Feminists nowadays want to say that girls need to stick together, but that's not feminism at all. It's not women are better than men. That's the same sexist shit that the same as when a 40-year-old white guy says that the only thing that women are good for is popping out babies and cooking. Feminism is saying humans need to stick together. There are bad women as there are men, and we need to learn to support each other and take care of each other. Feminism is believing that men deserve to have a voice to speak about sexual abuse and assault as much as women. Women are not the only ones who get raped, harassed, or assaulted. And yes, like I said at the beginning, I may lose subscribers for this, but oh well, that doesn't bother me, because those aren't people that want to follow me anyway. I know that I'm only one person. I can't do much, but I can be a listening ear, a shoulder to cry on when it gets too much to carry on your own. I will always believe you, no matter what. No matter your gender, your age, your race, your religion, or your sexual orientation. You're not a tease if you agreed at the beginning then changed your mind. You don't owe them anything. It's your body. You can choose who you let touch you. And just because you were drunk doesn't make it your fault. No answer is answering no. It's still rape and abuse if they make you too scared to say no, or if they blackmail you into doing it. We need to start supporting each other, or we're going to be the end of humanity. If you've never been in a situation like this, you should be thankful. But you should still try to be kind and understanding and supportive of your friends and family who have gone through a situation like this. It happens a lot more than people realize, especially to guys. And it makes my blood boil. It makes me so mad when I talk to people about stuff that happened and I'm like, that's abuse. They're like, yeah, I know. As if it doesn't matter. And I know I have a friend who is just like, well, it doesn't matter. But it does. It made you who you are, good, bad, or indifferent. I made a live stream a few months ago. At that point, I think I only had like 20 subscribers or something. But I made a live stream. YouTube took it down, so you won't actually be able to find it. But, I told my story on what happened to me. When I was in foster care for 2.5 years. Technically longer than that, but I only count 2.5 years because at the end of that 2.5 years I came to live with my foster parents who then later adopted me. But before I came to live with them, I lived in this house with this family who had a 15-year-old boy. I was 3. He sexually abused me. About a year ago, I also found out he raped me at 3. And then when I went to live with my adopted family, he would stalk me. He followed me everywhere. And when I was 15, he raped me again. He was put in jail a little bit after that, but it wasn't for what he did to me. It was for something he did to someone else. Even though I told the police what happened, my doctor at the time told me that there was no way that I could have been raped because my hymen was still intact. This is the only funny part about this whole story. When the doctor left, the nurse who had taken my blood pressure and my temperature and all of that came back in. And she told me that she thought she knew why my hymen was still intact. She says that she thinks that his penis, rapist, penis was too small. She also put in the report that I ended up getting about a year ago, saying that this guy who was my foster brother when I was 3, he raped me and my hymen ripped, but it ended up growing back. It ended up healing itself. So essentially I became a virgin again. And I made a live stream telling my subscribers about what happened. And I got some positive reactions, not about not in that the situation was positive, but more of like supportive, I guess is a better word to use. I never had that many people tell me that they believed me, or that they supported me, or anything like that before in my life. The only other person who I ever got a reaction like that from was Jordan. He was the first person I ever told, other than my doctor and that nurse. I've also had people ask me how long it takes for someone to get over that situation. The thing is, you might not ever get over it. I have conversations with people now, and I still get flashbacks. It still haunts me in my sleep sometimes. it's a grieving process. Because essentially you did lose someone. You lost that innocent part of yourself that you should have chosen who you gave it to. And just like if a family member died, or a friend died, or a pet died, each person is different when it comes to grieving. And I've had people look at me funny when I say it's a grieving process. I'm like, but it is. Not only are you grieving what they took, you're grieving the life you could have had if that hadn't happened. And people who haven't ever gone through a situation like that forget that sometimes. And they're not supportive. Or they say that enough time has passed and you need to pick yourself up off the floor and carry on. And eventually, yeah, you do have to start living your life again. And you can't be afraid to be with another person. But you shouldn't be able to tell someone else when that is, because you're not them. It took me like 5 years to be able to be with someone else. Funnily enough, it was Jordan, though Jordan didn't know anything about what happened at that point. I was 18. And you know, most people thought I was gay in high school because I didn't have sex with anyone. When really, I couldn't stand the idea of anyone touching me. I didn't even like getting a hug from someone unless I initiated it. But I didn't tell anybody. And not everyone's going to tell you, oh, by the way, this happened to me. But you should still try to support them. If they're a little more depressed or anxious or jumpy, don't just snap at them and scream at them and say, what the hell is wrong with you? Like, be patient with them, because they might not tell you. On my Twitter, I talk a lot about supporting guys who have been through a situation like that. And I know that I've talked about it a little bit on here, but I don't think I talk about it as much. But I do want all of you to know that I do support you and believe you. Whether you're a guy or a girl, it doesn't matter. And again, I might be the only person who does, but that's better than no one. So if you don't agree with me, if you think that it's the person who got raped, if it's their fault, then don't follow me anymore. I don't need people who think like that. I don't want people who think like that on my channel. It's not a joke. It's not even something that you can joke around about. Sure, I make jokes, but I'm allowed to because it happened to me. But I don't joke about someone else's situation. I joke about my own. And don't be a dick. protect each other. We're all the same once the skin is off. We're muscle, bone, veins, blood, organs. Our body's made up of the same material. It doesn't matter your gender or your race or your sexual orientation. We're all the same. And eventually, we're all going to become dirt again. So, why hate on each other now? When we could support each other and get along and I don't know. But if you watch this, thank you for watching it. Give it a thumbs up, share it. If you don't like it, please don't give a thumbs down, just ignore it, I guess. Thank you all for coming, I guess. I will probably stream tomorrow, just hopefully not an as depressing subject. Sorry if it kind of seemed like I was rambling at the end. I get that way sometimes when I'm too busy lost in thought. But otherwise, I hope you guys have a great night, and I will talk to you later. Bye.